Hello, and today we'll be playing Raincheck. This is the newest update that came out yesterday. So last time we got a bad ending, and it resulted in Javier dying and Lawrence being the traitor. Like he's the one who was behind the killings and behind the almost killing of Wow. He and some other guy he had as a partner was behind that. So Lawrence was a villain, and Javier died, and Theodore went back home, and if he had some wrong impression of Lawrence. So alright, so if you remember this choice we went through, you picked that Javier was wrong. And the reason why is because this was the only choice we had back then. This choice here, like Theodore, you're right, this choice wasn't available back then. So we had no choice but to go with Javier's wrong. So this choice ended up in Javier dying. Well, being drowned, with him being thrown into the ocean or whatever it is, and him dying by Lawrence's partner, the betrayal. So now that this option here is available, we're going to pick it and see what ends up happening instead. While my temples, a throbbing headache growing as I struggle to process everything at once. The facts are all there, but what does this mean? Something still feels awful missing. Could it be related to the snow leopard after all? Or would it be just me, we're just wasting my time? Hey, are you okay? You look lightheaded. Yes, I will be fine. Just give me a minute to think. I closed my pause and brood over the circumstantial events that have unfolded over the past week. It's always been blackout in the snow leopard. We've hardly scratched the surface of the main case, yet we've already uncovered so much. What does that mean? Why has it been so hard to contact the office these past days? Are you done thinking yet? I cast a stern glare at the board before rolling my eyes. Yes, I am done. Well, yes, there may be a possibility that you're right. But before we do anything, I need to reinstate you back to our team, Theodore. Fortunately, it should be fairly easy since I haven't submitted the changes to the previous contract. So does that mean you're going to help us find the snow leopard? For the time being, yes. And I also want to stay there. I grip my arm tightly before digging my paws in my pocket. That is hard for me to visit well. It's not that I don't care. It's the opposite. I let out a long, drawn-out sigh. There's just a lot. There's a lot going on, and I'd rather focus on the task at hand. But given his current condition, I'll need to pay him a visit at some point. Regardless, please sit. I'm going to get my laptop. Do you manage to find out anything important? You can say that. So please stay here while. Ooh, please stay here while. Ooh, see Theodore, I told you Javier, we almost find Snowy. Now we can go and find him and get answers. Hold on. Yes, I'm helping, but only if we do things my way. Your way? What does that mean? Are we not planning on tracking them down? Oh, do you have a better idea? Depends how you view it. But it's obviously too dangerous and unreliable to search for someone who tried to kill us. Don't you agree? Your plan would involve basically searching for a needle in a haystack, right? The talker nods meekly. Instead, we should pursue any solid leads on this character, effectively shrinking the size of this figurative haystack. A few options come to mind. Well, in that case, shortly after you left with Madness, a polar bear named Christopher came in with the snow leopard. I thought it was strange because they also work at the Grand Moraine as a security guard. I focused my gaze at Theodore, shaking my head at what I'm hearing. You're just telling me this now? You should have mentioned this earlier. This changes everything. Huh, it does? Oh wait, it does. We can try and track down Christopher, right? Yes, exactly. That polar bear. We don't know why he was there, but we now know have a direct connection between the snow leopard and another person. We might be able to gather more information about his motives and reasons for visiting the speakeasy if we can track down this Christopher. In that case, it might do us some good to pay Dust another visit and see if he knows anything about this. Dust? Will he know about this? Yes, he is our informant. After all, he might not look like it, but he's extremely knowledgeable about the inner workings in the city, including its people. He probably has a lead or two on this. Hopefully. So, what's the plan, guys? Who's Dusty? Do they need cleaning? Oh, but you probably have a vacuum, right? I roll my eyes, doing my best to ignore the bore. I'm going to retrieve my laptop and run through the details with you, Theodore. Despite the fact that searching for the survivor would end this case almost immediately, you do raise a solid point. Everything seems too coincidental. Yes? Yeah, that's what I've been thinking too. There's something that's been bothering me. It's about what you mentioned earlier. Theodore scratches his head before his eyes bounces between the boy and me. You know, Lawrence, I roll my eyes at the mention of the name. Yes, what about him? You said the focus has shifted in the investigation, right? That's correct. And if I'm understanding correctly, that's only because Lawrence found the survivor. Yes, that's what I've been trying to say. If we're able to find the survivor, then this case will be done. But that just doesn't add up. How could he have found a survivor when we were also there the entire night searching as well? And now that Rose in the hospital, well, Lawrence said he was able to track them down outside. Really? I doubt that caused him. Well, I highly doubt that caused he was sitting by the bar almost the entire night. Wait 1 second, Javier. What was this? What was this what? When exactly did you learn that Javier... When exactly did you learn that Lawrence found the survivor? Was it after we went to the hospital? No, he told me this morning. Where are you going with this line of reasoning? See, that makes it even weirder. Why did Lawrence wait until today to let you know, when he found the survivor on the night of the shooting? Yes, it is that there's Yes, it is that there's a time gap. I hadn't questioned him on it, but now that you mention it, my brows furrow as I shake my head. You two arrived shortly after Lawrence left to tell me that he found a survivor by the cliffs. The cliffs? Dude. The boy suddenly raised his arms at us frantically in excitement. Dude, I used to live near there. I used to be so cool. But now it's pretty scary stuff, man. I wouldn't go back to that place even if you paid me a gazillion billion trillion dollars. Oh, scary? Explain what you mean. Another place is more or less deserted, but that's the extent of my knowledge. Dude, lived the town over by the cliffs growing up, and man, let me tell you, there were weird things that were happening all the time. Define weird. What kind of things are you talking about? Weird spooky things, massive cover-ups, kidnappings, aliens from another dimension, and most importantly, spooky weird stuff. And could you be more specific? Let me think. It happened a long time ago, but my fondest memory was when I was a teen, and there were always these groups of black cars that entered the cliffs through our town. No one knew who these dudes were, and they would drive by in the middle of the night. This happened over like a week. There were men in suits telling people to stay away. Like, stay away or you will be exposed to dangers or something like that. Gives me the chills just think about it, cause the men looked really scary. We couldn't even leave our houses at some point. And I don't know how much of this is true, but there was this rumor floating around that the cliffs had a large chemical spill in the ocean and they had to cover that up like crazy. People were saying anyone who touched the water had their fur and scales rot away and turn into zombies. Wait, that's probably why we couldn't leave our houses. They were trying to protect us from these zombies. Now there's no way, right? Zombies don't exist. But yeah, this happened a bit after the men appeared and they wouldn't let us anywhere near the direction of the cliffs. And they never really told us why. Sad it's abandoned now, kind of a shame cause it was such a nice place to visit growing up. Interesting, I haven't heard about any of this before, but then again, I don't really keep up with things outside of our local area. Just curious, but how far are the cliffs from here? Anyway, from here, probably 2 hours away. If you take the freeway, it's a fun drive though. You can pass by tons of forests and trees and farms. There's also this giant rock, but thank you for the clarification. 2 hours, that's pretty far away. I guess it would make sense for the survivor to hide there, but still, yep, 2 hours. 4 for the round trip, but that's assuming the traffic is good. I don't know about you guys, but I personally wouldn't check out the cliffs to look for the survivor. I think it's a huge waste of time. Think about Lawrence. Told you days after that he had located where the survivor was, and where's all this proof? It just feels off. I can see why you would say that, but he does have some proof. I rummaged through my pocket and hand over the 2 photographs of the pair. And allegedly, he was able to take a photo of the survivor as well as the location of where they were residing at. What's with the quality of these images? They look so grainy. Did he take these with a potato? Well, is this how the city looks now? Looks like a gigaquake exploded every part. Man, it's even sadder now that I'm seeing these pics. Anyway, yes, although I didn't ask about the quality of the images, I do agree with you, Theodore, at least to some degree, about locating a snow leopard, especially since there are some things that are inconsistent with Lawrence. You mean how he didn't tell you about the survivor for a couple of days? Not just that, but I only realize now that the info he's been giving us about practically everything relating to the case is from him. I tried to contact the boss to verify the the authenticity of the information, but I'm not able to reach him for some reason. And don't even get me started on why he's even here. That damn wolf is supposed to be on vacation. That's strange. What about trying to ask your boss in person? It's something I've considered but haven't gotten the time to do. I might make it a top priority to get some answers. Regardless if I go or not, I think there is some sort of coincidence going on that we should look into. More specifically, the night when we went to the speakeasy. I said that as thoughts of the large Arctic fox sprang to mind, making it hard for me to retrace the events of that night. If only I could speak with Madness again, there are a few things I'd like to ask him regarding that contract he had to sign. Oh, I thought he wanted you to help him with that. Yes, but he managed to omit some details when I questioned him, probably intentionally too. The most important one being, why are you moving large amounts of assets and investments? Oh, it's simple. Just go and ask him. Clearly someone hasn't been paying attention, plus that's probably 100 times harder than trying to find our snow leopard friend. Madness didn't give you any way to contact him, did he? No, he didn't. Shrugging off the thought, I motioned for Theodore to follow me to my room. Anyway, I spent the last couple of days processing and analyzing the evidence we found at the power plant. I was planning to archive my progress and shift my focus to finding a survivor, but since I'm helping you and you're here now, come to my room. I'd rather just show you instead of bringing my laptop out. Hey, can I come in too? I would prefer you didn't. Please wait here. This shouldn't take long. In the meantime, you can... Oh, I can check out that fancy toaster. Hey, wait. You better not do anything stupid. I promise I won't touch anything, just a peek here and there. Ugh. The boy scampers off to my kitchen, leaving Theodore and me at each other, bewildered. This way. So what do you want to show me? A moment, please. I walk over, log into my computer, and quickly begin opening folders and files for the tiger. Do you remember the redacted piece of paper I found by the incinerator at the power plant? Yeah, it mentions something about skeletons, right? Oh, so you do remember. Yes, that's the one I spent several hours over the past few days trying to unredact the text. I click open a file and present a thorough scan of the paper to Theodore on the brightly lit screen. I had moderate success and managed to extract a few passages from the paper using an open source optical character recognition API I found online. Right, huh? Am I reading this correctly? Is this some kind of patent for chemical production or something? It's not a patent, but a research paper that describes the experimental production of a specific chemical. Unfortunately, it seems we're missing some pages as the information here lacks context. I'll point to a particular passage on the screen. This is where we saw the word skeleton, but it turns out it doesn't seem to be related to anything else. Feels like we're missing other pages to make sense of this. So about the chemical, do we know what it's called? Please don't tell me it's this long name on the screen here. Cesium bismethox or anti-resingo hexanide. That was a mouthful to say. Cesium bismethoxytree anti-resingo hexanide. That was a mouthful to say. Yes, it's called cesium bismethoxytrizine amino peroxohexanide, but later in the document it's referred to simply as CBAP. I don't remember much from my high school chemistry class, but this CBAP doesn't sound chemical. Yes, that's the point of this paper. It's purely synthetic. And whatever it is, nothing shows up when looking up this Sabbath or Sabbath online. The real question is, why was this found by the incinerator? I'm guessing whoever threw it there was trying to get rid of this. Yes, that's the most obvious explanation. I'm also assuming there were countless other pages that were tossed in, with this being the only remnant. This is one more thing. There is one more thing to note, though. I don't know the significance of this, but right here at the bottom, I put my paw at the corner of the screen and zoom into the image. There's a small logo of a leaf there. Oh wait, they tried to redact that? Doesn't that mean it's important then? Perhaps, but I'm not sure what exactly it's supposed to represent. Regardless, this was all the information I could lift from the paper. It's not much, but I thought I'd share it with you, all things considered. That's that, I guess. For the time being, yes. And the other data collected at the power plant? I roll my eyes at the tiger. Unrecoverable. I doubt it'll ever be retrievable with how corrupted the data is. Alright. Sorry about that. He did save my life. Maybe I should cut him some slack. No matter, we still focus on finding that security guard that accompanied Snow Leopard at the speakeasy, correct? Yeah, they work at the Grand Marine. I've seen them around a couple of times already. Good. Then let's attempt to track them down and see what we can learn. But before that, let's pay a visit to Ro. Thank you for reminding me of my social priorities. I gripped myself tightly, uneasy at the thought of Ro losing his memories. Oh, okay, if you're sure, but I was just at a hospital there, if they've relocated him to another building for recovery. I'm not entirely sure if he'll be available. That's fine, we can still go. There's also his medical report I'm interested in looking over. Hey guys, I got bored, so I decided to sit on the couch, but something fell off the table and I think I broke something maybe. Oops. You broke something? I don't know how it happened. One moment I was sitting on the couch watching my funny videos and then something fell from the bottom of the table. I tried to fix it and put it back, but it wouldn't stick anymore. What? What kind of nonsense are you talking about? Monty sheepishly opens up his paws, revealing a small plastic nail. What the hell is that? Give me that. I take the small piece of plastic from the boy's paw and hold it up to the light for a better view. I was trying to figure out where it went on the table, man. I didn't realize the table would shake so much just from moving my legs. You said this fell from the table? Yeah, man. What is it? That's for your table. It doesn't really match the colors for what I've seen. What is that? That's for your table? It doesn't really match the colors for what I've seen. It would seem so. Although I need to look at it more carefully, I don't recall having these plastic nibs installed on. Ew, airplanes. You got like so many of them. You got the fancy displays for them too. They're so cool. But wait, calm down, one thing at a time. Despite my best attempt to block the boy, he bulldozes past me and heads straight for my collection. You better not touch any of them. They're worth more than you think. Hey, what's that one with the large red wings and the fans? Oh, what about this long skinny one? I set down the nib on my desk, trying my best to peel Monty off my display cabinet. Yeah, I prefer it if you keep your face away from the glass. It's hard enough to clean as it already is. We should probably head back to the hospital now. Hospital? You gotta go back? But we were just there. Javier wanted to pay a visit to Rose, so hey, can I come along? I also need a ride back since I'm technically not supposed to be out. The doctor still need to run some more tests on me here. Annoying. Was that a yes? Sorry man, I couldn't hear what you said. Fine, I can take it along as well. Just don't touch anything when you're in my car. Right. I forced a smile at the two, Then I adjust my collar, trying to crown my annoyance. I'll try to see how to reattach that nail later. The main importance now is to pay a visit to Roe. Sorry about that again. I seriously don't know how that came loose. I shrug, turn off my computer, and signal the others to leave my room. I suppose it can't be helped. Now get out of my room. We have a lot to do, and we're going to track down the snow leopard later. As the two exit the room, I open my drawer, pull out a small gray envelope, and promptly tuck it into my pocket. Well, it's worth a shot. We enter the hospital after a short drive, with Theodore leading the way. Strange, it feels different from the last time I was here, like there's no one around. We're almost there, just down the hall, around the corner, and we should be able to ask the receptionist where Ro went. Dude, that guy better not give us a hard time again. I've had enough of him playing with his stupid lines. Lines? It's a long story. As I walk down the hall, I peer through a door with a small window and catch a glimpse of several staff members wheeling people on stretchers. How unfortunate. Was there an accident recently? Hey, what you looking at? Nothing, I was just curious about why it's so empty, but it looks like I found my answer. Anyway, I pick up the pace, hurry down the hall to catch up with Theodore before I lose sight of him. Turning the corner, I spot the tiger gesturing towards a set of large doors. This is the receptionist area I visited earlier when I was trying to find Ro after they wheeled him away. Apparently they were performing some kind of scan or procedure on him or something along those lines. Honestly, I don't really remember what they said. It's all just been a blur. I nod, walking ahead into the reception area and head straight for the help desk, only to find it empty. That's when I realize that the entire section is empty. There's no one at the corner and no one sitting or waiting in line. Huh? Where'd everyone go? Maybe they're on a break or... Doubtful about that. This is a hospital, after all. Are you sure this is the same place you visited earlier? Yeah, there's even the same ticketing machine here that I used earlier. Well, we can't really afford to just stand around and wait. Stay here and wait for Monty. It doesn't look like he followed us in. I'll quickly find someone and ask about Ro's whereabouts. Yeah, you're right. Where is he? Probably got lost, given how scatterbrained he is. Okay then, I'll wait here. This shouldn't take long. I peer down the hallway opposite of the help desk, walking along as I search for someone who works here. Corner after corner, door after door, still no staff in sight. What was supposed to be a quick task is turning out to be, it's starting to take much longer than I'd like. It doesn't help that part of this place is sectioned off. This is getting ridiculous. Where is everyone? That's it, I'm headed back. A use. A deep voice suddenly echoes from behind me. I turn around to see what I can only describe as a textbook definition of a douchebag staring at me from down the hall. Yes, can I help you? He sizes me up but remains silent. Just as I'm about to leave, he finally speaks up. What you doing here? There's a long, uncomfortable silence as I glare back, unfazed by the man's demeanor, waiting for him to say something more. Moments go by, but neither of us speaks. I'm looking for someone. Yeah, well, get out of here. They ain't here. He sneers at me while adjusting his sleeves. This part of the hospital is closed to the public. I recommend you leave if you know what's good for you. Another hot shot begging to be tased. Just who does this guy think he is? My brows furrow as I try to get a better look at his features. Hey, I'm talking to you. You're deaf or something too. Whoever this guy is, I don't think I should be dealing with him right now. I believe him. Disrespectful fox, hey. The tiger scoffs as I turn and start walking back the way I came. As I begin to walk back, Theodore suddenly appears around the corner. Hey, there you are. Theodore walks over as fast as he can. Will leaders have spotted me. I've been looking for you everywhere. This place is a maze. What's the matter? You look like a mess. That's just the hospital being unsettling to me in general. Anyway, Monty found his staff, and they told us where Ro is. He suddenly freezes up, his gaze fixed off in the distance behind me. Huh? I turn around and notice this asshole standing in the middle of the hallway, staring at both of us. Don't worry about him, he's just some entitled prick that thinks they own the hospital or something. Oh, you don't know him, right? He's looking at you. I shake my head and walk us back to the reception area before continuing the conversation. I don't know who that man was, but you looked like you recognized him with the way you were staring. Yeah, I actually bumped into him earlier this morning while I was in the cafeteria. He was aggressively kind. He definitely acted like a prick, though. What? That tiger cut in front of me when I was ordering. I guess I was taking too long. But the real thing was, after he did that, he also paid for my food. I still don't know what to make of it. I'm not surprised. Welcome to the city. There's all types of characters squirming around lately. It didn't always used to be like this, though, especially before Castleton was elected. Yo, there you guys are. We both turned to see the board cheerfully waving at us. I was like searching for you guys everywhere. One minute you were there, and the next you guys were gone. I assume you learned where Ro's located? Yeah, dude, he's in the Biblical Center. We're in the right building, but we gotta go down there. Rehabilitation Center. I let out a long, painful groan at Monty's idiocy, stopping myself, just sort of slamming my head against the wall. Didn't you say you needed to do some tests? Oh yeah, I do. The doc said I gotta. You should go get those done before the staff come looking for you. Heh, yeah, you're right. I don't want to get in trouble again. It's a long story. But anyways, I'll see you guys around if you're still here later. The boy suddenly latches onto Theodore, giving him a quick hug before looking at me. No, don't you even think. I try my best to ward off the unwanted hug, but he manages to overpower me and my body is subsequently compromised. Ow. I want to thank you guys again for saving my hide. Seriously, I would have been like could if you guys hadn't come and found me when you did. I don't even want to think about it. I wish I could repay you guys somehow, but I really don't have much besides some change in my wallet. That's okay, we're just glad you're okay now. You proved yourself useful enough with the information you gave. Yeah, I guess I was pretty important, wasn't I? Some might say that. Not me, though. Okay. Well, see you guys around. I need to make sure I don't fail my blood test. Take care. Monty, the elevator's that way. Oh, right, thanks. I straighten my collar and adjust my sleeves for an unwanted hug, trying to smooth out the wrinkles on my shirt. We wasted enough time already. Let's go down and look for Ro at the Rehabilitation Center. Are you sure this is a room? It all looks like the same and are we in the correct section? The tiger continues to peer through the semi-translucent window in the door. Yes, this is the correct room. I double-checked with the staff and even asked for a printed copy of his medical history just in case. I give a short knock, but with no response I decide to enter. We make our way inside and find Ro lying in a bed in the middle of the room with various monitoring machines next to him. There you are. Oh, what happened to his bandages and his hospital gown? Just about how they're over there on the counter, it looks like we came in the middle of some kind of cleaning. Ro slowly turns his head over, his eyes locked onto Theodore before eventually landing onto me. He tries to say something, but there's a look of discomfort holding him back. Ah, yes. I pull out Rose's medical report and glean over the information again. Sustained several injuries in his chest and puncture wounds. I don't think he'll be in any shape to talk. Oh, I forgot to mention earlier, I don't think he can speak. We end up writing down our thoughts instead. Good idea. I tear a page from the report, pull a pen from my pocket, and quickly scribble something down before passing it to Ro. How much can you remember? We wait in silence as he hesitantly takes the pen from my outstretched paw, writing back slowly with a weak grip. Only my name. Only my name is like I thought. So it is total amnesia then. This might be more serious than I thought. Well, my words are slow and deliberate. My name is Javier. We occasionally work together at ARC, a private investigation company. You might be struggling to remember right now, but I promise to fill you in on everything. It will all start to make sense. We were investigating a case gathering clues for a couple of weeks now. We were gaining momentum and had made plans to visit the harbor. That's when we ran into Theodore here. Well, it was you, but you wouldn't remember. And glanced at the tiger and sighed. I hate to admit it, but despite what I've said, Theodore had been invaluable to our case given the current trajectory of things. Eventually, we were given to believe we could find more information about our case at a speakeasy, but that was when I let down, crumpling the rest of the report in my paw as my voice hitches. I tried to organize my thoughts, but Rose, labored breathing, catching my attention. I shift my gaze to him. I let down, crumpling the rest of the report in my paw as my voice hitches. I tried to organize my thoughts, but Rose, labored breathing, catches my attention. I shift my gaze to him. I'm sorry. I wish I could have been there for you. Reading the report is one thing, but seeing Ro crippled right before my eyes is something else entirely. Theodore steps closer and places a paw on my shoulder, which I instinctively shrug off. Sorry. This all hit me at once. I wasn't as mentally prepared for this as I thought. I sat back from the bed, averting my eyes from Ro as I tried to regain composure. Don't cry. That's what he just wrote. Huh. How I wanted that you should be the one writing that to me. I tossed the still crumpled papers in my paw to the ground in frustration. I will get to the bottom of this. You have my word. Fortunately, your prognosis is positive, and by the time you're discharged, we'll have resolved all this. Javier, I'm fine. The main thing we should be focusing on is Ro. I rummaged through my pockets and pulled out the same envelope from before. What's that? I'm going to try something to jog Ro's memories. I'm not sure how effective this will be, given his total amnesia, but it's worth a shot. I fumbled with the photos slowly, flipping through them for Ro, watching his face for any reactions. Here, take a look at this. We took these together the first few months you started the agency. Most of them are with Dust, a friend of ours. He was the one that insisted I get these developed. I don't have much else that isn't on my phone, but unfortunately it's broken right now. I paused through the dozen or so photos again for Ro, giving him enough time to process each one. Ro suddenly lifts his arms and tries to grab one of the pictures from my paw. No need to strain yourself here. I pass him the photos and he carefully sifts through them, eventually singling out one in particular. Hey, isn't that Dust's Cafe? When was this taken? It was accidentally taken the first case together with Ro. Don't mind how tragic I look in that photo. I was freezing my tail off. The wolf continues to stare at the image with intense focus. Does this one remind you of anything? We turn at the sockaway. We turn at the knock of a door, and a tall, slender cat enters, pushing a small cart. This must be the nurse. Sorry to interrupt, but I need to take the patient for an examination. May I ask you to wait in his private room in the other building? We'll transport him there afterwards. No need. We can come back at another time. Goodbye, Ro. Save your energy and focus on getting well soon. Leave things to me. The most attention remains in the photo, oblivious to us as we make our way out of the room. Hey, do you think Ro will remember anything? I brush my arms, trying my best to avoid eye contact with the tiger. He will. It's just a matter of time when. The drive to Dustin's cafe is quick thanks to the shortcut Javier took. He insisted we stop by and check with Dust to see if he knows anything about Christopher before we start our search. Before long, we pull up on the familiar road, parking right next to the entrance. I'd like to make this quick, so please follow me. Silently, I follow Javier as we enter the familiar establishment, the scent of coffee roast lingering in the air. A couple of customers sit in the corner, enjoying their drinks as we search for Dust. Javier and Theodore, what brings you two here? Dust, sorry if we came on such short notice, but this is rather important. Let me guess, you need some information on something. Yes, always. Dust glances between us before raising an eyebrow. And where's this affable big wolf? He's in the hospital. That's not good. What happened? I can explain more after what happened later, but first, you wouldn't happen to know a snow leopard around these parts of town, would you? A snow leopard? Not off the top of my head, what's their appearance? He's shorter than me. Wore a black face mask. I also had some kind of a necklace on, gray hoodie too. The puma concentrates for a moment, then disappears behind a corner, returning with a thick gray book. He flips through the contents a few times before striking in defeat. Can't say I do. I don't really see or hear about folks like that living here. So whoever you're looking for, they're probably from out of town. It was worth a shot. This snow leopard we're looking for is part of Blackport. It's part of a Blackout, and he was with Theodore and Ro at the time of the. Javier stops as his voice wanes off only to adjust his collar and recomposes himself. There was an incident that involved Ro, Theodore, and the snow leopard that resulted in Ro being hospitalized. No need to explain it now. I can tell everything from the look in your eyes. I point at the book, curious about its contents. Is that some kind of record that you keep or something? This? You could say that? He's basically a record keeper. Hey, you give me too much credit. Anyway, it started with me writing down my customers' interests and preferences for drinks and orders, but, over time it slowly expanded into a hobby of writing down gossip and intel. Oh, I guess the information about the storage room break-in from the other day is in there too, right? Bingo, that came from a regular that works at the convention center. I don't know how he does it, but he managed to garner a large array of clients from all walks of life. Dust chuckles softly, trying his best to modestly shrug off the compliment. It's a coffee, Javier. No one can resist a good blend. And well, once they're drinking, Javier rolls his eyes before stroking his chin. If you don't know any snow leopards, how about a polar bear? Now those I know quite a few. You're going to need to be more specific though. Well, Theodore? There's a polar bear that works at the Grand Marine as a security guard. His name is Christopher. He's a bit shorter than me, looks like a real grump. He has a pretty deep voice, but not as deep as Rose. Let me check for you. If you don't know any snow leopards, how about a polar bear? Now those I know quite a few. You're going to need to be more specific though. Well, Theodore? There's a polar bear that works at the Grand Marines as a security guard. His name is Christopher. He's a bit shorter than me, looks like a total grump. He has a pretty deep voice, but not as deep as Rose. Let me check for you. Dust carefully flips through the pages before raising a brow and staring at me. Christopher, you said? Yeah. You wouldn't happen to have a bandage on their arm, do they? I think so. Yes, that's him. Okay, because funnily enough, I don't actually have his name recorded down until now, that is. Well, What can you tell us about him? Doug scratches his head and passes the book over to Javier. Unfortunately, not much that would be considered useful for you guys. Works a Grand Marine. Likes to order the Excelsior brew and has been having money issues. But what's this about? What's this at the bottom? DNA? That's a very good question. Don't tell me you don't remember. I do remember drawing that while chatting with Christopher, but I'm not sure why. It does. You're supposed to be dependable. I'm not perfect. Nothing comes to mind right now, but I'll let you know if I remember anything. Well, if you do, please contact me on my backup phone. My current one got fried doing an investigation, but I'm close to fixing it. My face heats up from embarrassment as Javier looks at me as he says that. You guys got it, by the way. What's the relationship between Christopher and this snow leopard you were looking for? We're trying to track them down because they were seen with the snow leopard on the night of the incident at the library. There might be a strong link between them. You guys went to the speakeasy in the rougher parts of town, huh? And this is when the whole incident happened too? Yes. Does not slowly, adjusted his apron and as he released his book back. You two need to be careful, especially you, Javier. He leans in closer just so we're in earshot. It's a good thing you two came when you did. There's been talks about a large-scale protest. Rumor has it that all government facilities and some public spaces are shutting down tomorrow in fear of the protest. Again, unfortunately, although the previous protests were peaceful, this time there are mentions of a violent riot against the current mayor. How annoying. Wait, so how did you hear about this? Was it from one of the customers? Yes, exactly. I'd be cautious of where you're headed, especially if you're going to be roaming around to speakeasy again. Thanks for the warning. We'll try to finish up most of the field work today. I speak back as dust reaches over and unexpectedly pats Javier's head. Where's the D-head, kid? They are still ISO. Okay, I just worry about you guys. Javier's face is bright red from that. I can't tell if he's embarrassed or angry. Honestly, in the front of Theodore too? What? What is that supposed to mean? I think we're done here. Where are we leaving now? Hope you get that phone of yours fixed. Yeah. Javier marches out the door, flustered from the interaction. You get used to it after knowing that Fox for over 2 decades. That long? Yeah. He shrugs and his face brightens as he starts scribbling down something on a napkin. Oh, and one more thing. Here, take this. This hands me over a small doodle of the DNA symbol from earlier. I remember now, it's a double helix. I overheard Christopher talking about it on the phone one time. It's probably not relevant, but hey, Javier wanted to know. Anyway, I'm assuming you two came together. You should probably catch up to him before he leaves without you. Yeah, thanks though. Be safe. I wave goodbye to Puma before swiftly heading out the door. Damn, I'm back where it all started. Ever since I was last here, even though it's only been a few days, fitting that it's raining again too, even though I swear there weren't any clouds a moment ago. Theodore, do you need me to go over the plan with you again? I only asked because you seemed rather quiet during the car ride. Yeah, it wouldn't hurt to go over it again. The Fox takes out his bit flipper and starts calibrating it. We will search for Christopher. The hard part isn't tracking him down. It's getting any useful information out of him. Now, there's a chance that he may or may not be working today. So given the circumstances, we can adjust the plan accordingly. Why? And that's why you said we should try and lure him out? Just me. From our understanding, he'll know what you look like. But how do we know he's even there? We don't, but the establishment still have a record of still have a record of where they live if it comes to that. Right. I just need you to do what I say and this should go smoothly. I nod slowly, trying my best to be nonchalant about the plan. Here, take this. He hesitantly passes the bit flipper to me before sizing me up. Just like the power plant, I'll be deepening on you with this. I will be depending on you with this. But this time you're going to be jamming instead of scanning. He searches his pockets again, but fails to find anything. See, I forgot to take back those earpieces I gave you the other night. Oh, I take out the earpiece from my pocket, showing Javier as I blow off some dust. Oh, you mean this? You still have it. Good, good. I was worried we wouldn't be able to communicate inside. We're splitting off? No. This will make the plan easier to execute from afar. I follow Javier's lead and adjust the earpiece in, double checking that it still works. You mentioned earlier that you have spotted him around the hotel before, meaning he doesn't work at any particular spot. Yeah, he was at the casino when I was attacked, and then at the gardens where David was looking for staff. Interesting. That gives me the perfect idea. Where is it? I'll tell you more when we're inside. Now, please lead the way. Here we are, the casino. Looks like it did the other day, except. Huh? Yes? Where is everyone? It's a lot emptier than it was a few days ago. Despite the place still having a few people sprinkled here and there, it's nothing compared to what it was the other day. It could be related to that attack you were involved in. Nonetheless, less people around should make it easier to set up for what we're about to do. The fox points at the row of slot machines off in the distance. I give a confused look, not sure what Javier is planning. Christopher is a security guard, yes? Yeah. Then someone will show up if things get out of hand. Hopefully it's him. With no one checking our IDs at the entrance, we walk deeper in until we reach the slot machines. I recommend you sit some rows away from me in case the bear manages to spot you. Okay, I'll sit over there. One last thing. I need to aim the bit flipper at the machine and press the red button when I say so, but I need you to do it discreetly. Sure, but what exactly is that going to do? What are we planning? You'll see. He gives me a sly smirk before returning his attention to the machine. Crossing my head, I walk over and sit down at my own machine, carefully following the instructions and pressing the red button as I aim the bit flipper. Javier sits down in front of a slot machine and starts fiddling with the lever for several minutes, periodically looking around. I guess he's just waiting for the perfect moment. Hey, what are you doing? Javier doesn't answer and continues to pull the lever half-heartedly on the machine until a group of people sit nearby. Now, I sit down at the bit flipper. I lit down the bit flipper and press the red button with nothing notable happening, but that's when Javier jumps from his seat. I won, I did it. It suddenly becomes clear what Javier's plan is, causing me to look behind me, making sure no one saw what I did, and acting as casual as possible. Jackpot, I won. Everyone, come look. I've never heard this level of enthusiasm in his voice before. It's a bit frightening. The annoying victory jiggle, the slots play, continued to ring, drawing people around Javier and forming a small crowd. Keep an eye out for security. More and more people start to gather around Javier as moments pass by, cheering and congratulating him. He's practically drawing in what little people are here all in one spot. I get up and look around, and that's when I spot the familiar polar bear quickly walking his way over. Oh, he's here. He's coming over from the left. When I give you the signal, I need you to press the blue button on my machine. Okay? It's almost impossible to get a good view from where I'm seated with the crowd that's now swarming Javier. I need to get closer without being spotted. I can't believe I won. This is incredible. I seriously cannot wait to cash in my winnings about all the things I wanted. I'm dying for I'm dying from secondhand embarrassment. Why is he talking like that? We need he needs to work on his acting skills cause I don't believe him for a second. What's going on here? Hello, good sir. It appears I won the jackpot, all $4.7 million. Mine, where can I go to get this cashed out? Hmm. Now, I press the blue button, causes his machine to suddenly blue screen and shut off. What happened here? What happened to the jackpot? Give me just a moment. The polar bear speaks into his radio, and after a moment, he shakes his head disappointingly. There seems to be a mistake. This machine wasn't supposed to pay out the jackpot. What do you mean? I don't know exactly how the machines work, but I'm just telling you what upper management told me. I'm terribly sorry. Christopher waves the crowd of people away. He seems more annoyed of the crowd than Javier is. There's nothing to see here, people. The machine's malfunctioned and wasn't supposed to give out a jackpot. Little by little, the crowd slowly disperses, so it's just the two of them. How unfortunate. I was hoping to win big today. It happens from time to time. That staff can offer you compensation for this, though. I can take you to the front desk if you like, and we can have this all sorted out. I see there's no need. I can go over there myself in just a second. You seem to be taking this well. Usually people are more frustrated than you are when this happens. I can feel my palms getting clammy from the tension. Come on, Javier, be more believable. Well, it's out of my control. If I wasn't supposed to win, then I guess I wasn't. Thanks for the info, Christopher. Hey, wait, I know you. No wonder I thought you looked so familiar. What a small world. Running into you again. Have we met? Yes, we have at the speakeasy a few nights ago. I don't remember. I don't remember seeing you before. It was quick small talk. I wouldn't be surprised if you don't remember me. You were with your snow leopard friend, right? You can say that. Where is he now, anyway? He's working. Christopher leans closer in before Javier can say another word. The polar bear starts to whisper something to Javier, and I'm only able to hear it through the earpiece. Who sent you? A person dressed like you wouldn't need work? What? Who sent you? A person dressed like you wouldn't need work. What? What do you mean? I don't need any work? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't buy it. Get out of my sight. Christopher walks off, leaving Javier standing there unamused. All talk and no bite. Do you hear all that? Yeah, do you think he might be on to you? He's suspecting something, although he thinks I'm looking for work. Definitely smarter than me. Definitely smarter than he looks. Javier manages to spot through the rows and points me to the exit. Oh, there, he's walking to the elevators. We need to follow him. We do our best to follow Christopher down the hotel, where we were barely able to spot him exiting the side doors of the lobby. I find it extremely suspicious that he would immediately leave instead of kicking me out. Yeah, I wonder where he's going. There's only one way to find out. We'll continue to trail him on foot. On foot, but it's raining outside. We don't have a choice. Plus, it could be too suspicious tailing him around in a slow-moving car. I'm now bracing myself to be completely soaked. Good. Now I believe he went that way. Follow my lead, and please do not slow me down. Is that him down the street, the polar bear with the large black umbrella? Yes, it appears so. Let's keep a good distance away from him. I don't want us getting caught. The two of us carefully follow the polar bear, making sure to hide behind buildings while standing under as many eaves as possible to stay dry. This goes on for a good couple of minutes until Christopher makes a turn and disappears to the ground. Did he just go down the subway? Yes. Quickly, we need to follow him. Despite my injury and Javier's stamina, we try to run over to the entrance as fast as possible. We do our best to catch up, but the wind still slows us down significantly as we cautiously descend the long flight of stairs. Well, this place is huge. Pausing to take in the view, I'm quickly drawn back by Javier, who gestures towards my pockets as we stand before the turnstile gate. Take out the bed flipper and hit the red button on the gate. Isn't that? So just do it. We don't have time to waste. I do as I'm told, and the gate suddenly swings open. Javier takes me no time to squeeze past me and through the gate, looking around frantically for Christopher. Suddenly, I spot the polar bear off the corner of my eye going down another flight of stairs off in the distance. He went that way. Are you sure? I'm sure. His vest is unmistakable. Yeah, he's headed towards the green line then. I start to follow, but stop when I notice Javier hunts over and grip on his knees. Go. You have to follow him. I'll be right behind you. But what? But I don't even. Just go. I'll be able to find you. I just need a second to catch my breath. I jog off as fast as I can down the platform in the same stairs Christopher took. Relief washes over me as I spot a crowd on the platform, making it easier to stay hidden among those waiting for the east and westbound trains. Now to find Christopher and the crowd people. It doesn't take me too long until I spot his bright white fur sticking out amongst the rest of the people. Oh, thank God he's still here. As if on cue, a bright light illuminates at the end of the tunnel and the front of the car zooms past, stops, and begins boarding in a matter of moments. Uh-oh. Where's Javier? The train's about to leave any second now. Hesitantly, I enter the train, unsure of how Javier is supposed to track me down. The door shut and I try to find a place and watch Christopher, who's seated 2 cars down. Where are we even going? I start to shiver as my wet clothes and fur mingle with the sharp cold air as I reluctantly find a spot to sit. And natural. Without a phone, I do my best to look occupied, glancing at the advertisements on the walls, occasionally checking back at Christopher. That's when I spot a map on the subway system. Javier says something about the green line. I guess the red dot is where we are currently. And if this is the eastbound line, there's only a few stops until we reach the end. Okay, so we won't be staying on for much longer. Anxiously, I will turn to Watson and Christopher, making sure not to get caught by his persistent watchful gaze. It's like he knows someone is watching him. The cars gradually thin out as people leave at each stop until we're headed for the terminal station. Panic starts to set in as Christopher gets up from his seat and slowly makes his way over to me. I do my best to look away, trying to sink myself further in my seat to blend in as best I can. Crab is getting closer. He's definitely going to recognize me. Noticing that we're almost at the last stop, I get up and casually walk towards the door, making sure to hide my face. Come on, please, just open already. The doors slide apart and I slip out as fast as I can, only looking back when I'm in a comfortable distance away and out of sight. I spot the polar bear quickly walking down the platform and riding up an escalator. He's moving fast now. Does he know he's being followed? I do my best to keep up, eventually heading out of the station. Aside from a thin strip of buildings overlooking the ocean bridges, there's not much else around. When I glance back, I catch a glimpse of Christopher vanishing into a small building, a small office building just up ahead. Yeah, great, the rain is picking up. I'm already so as it is. Huh? What's that? Is that coming from me? I reach into my pockets and take out the bit flipper that's now emitting a small beep. So this is how Javier is going to find where I am. The earpiece continues to buzz, but it's hard to make anything out with all the static. Theodore. Javier, is that you? We're able to find Christopher? Yeah, he just went inside some kind of office building. Oh, the reception is in a tunnel, but I'll there soon. Give 5 minutes, okay? Moments pass by until I'm finally able to make my way close to finding a spot to take shelter from the rain at a bus stop just a few buildings from the office. Man, where's Javier? Maybe I should get closer to the building and take a look inside while I wait for Javier. Now it's best if I wait for backup. The last thing I want to do is get myself into more trouble. I see you. I'm right behind you. I turn around and spot the fox completely spent as he walks down the road to me. Javier, are you okay? You look like you were going to pass out earlier. Shit. I'm twins, but besides, I'm fine. More importantly, which building did Christopher go into? Javier raises her brow before I point to the inconspicuous white office building, a few buildings in front of us. I see. I can handle things from here. The bit flipper, please. I pass back his gadget which he wastes no time recalibrating. It's a shame I didn't bring anything that could enhance audio, so we're just going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. What's the old-fashioned way? They should have some internal surveillance system in which I will promptly gain access and transmit the feed to my backup phone. So we're hacking the cameras? I'm from my description. He walks over to the side of the building, checking to see if there's any security cameras that could detect us before continuing to fiddle with his device. See, we just need to get a bit closer to the window and there, I managed to detect a network, and that's all that's left to do. Hey, there's private property. Get the hell out. We both turn around and see the same tiger from earlier and blocking our way out. Darn no, you twos. I freeze and glance nervously over to Javier, who looks equally as surprised as he's a tiger. Yeah, I think I do. You're that disrespectful fox from earlier. And you's that annoying tiger. He notices the stuff in Javier's paw, causing his face to immediately go dark. Hey, what the fuck is that? You spying us? No, it's nothing. We're not spying. I blink and suddenly there's a gun being pointed at us. What the hell is going on? Wait, this is a huge misunderstanding. We can explain. Explain then. I'd love to hear you. I'd love to explain. Explain then. I'd love to hear who you're working for. Actually, why don't we move to discuss it inside? Boys, two tall lions suddenly appear behind us, blocking our escape with their crowbars and paw. Take these spies inside. Spies? We haven't heard that term being used before. And no funny business, I'll shoot. The men approach us and grip onto our shoulders. Ow, don't touch me. I'll go, just don't touch, ow. Quiet. There's a tight grip that holds my arms behind my back, and we're hastily escorted inside the building through the back. The men bring us inside a small dark office, where we're subsequently patted down. I don't like the vibes in here. Hey, give that back. One of the men removes several of items from Javier's jacket and tosses it aside. You better not have broken any of them. They're expensive to fix. Have a seat. The lions finally release us and forces us to sit down on some old rickety chairs where our arms are subsequently binded to the back. Glancing over to Javier, I'm surprised he's more annoyed than scared. Don't tell me he's more worried about this stuff than our lives. I hope we can talk our way out of this. Now, you say you're not spies. Which organization do you belong with? Then what are you doing with that detector in your paws? Don't think I don't know what you were doing. We're part of ARC. We're doing an investigation on the harbor fire, and we thought there might be a lead here. And what the hell is wrong with you people pointing a gun at us? The men looking, the men look like they're about to strangle Javier, but the tiger motions them to halt. Interesting. Ark, huh? Do you know where you are? The two of us sit in silence as the tiger dismisses his lying bodyguards while keeping his gaze fixed on us the entire time. Uh, you know what? I'll make a deal with you twos. Work for me. I'll promise I won't break your kneecaps. Otherwise, this what the hell is going on? Oh yeah, we don't have much of a choice. We're being held captive. No. What? I have a better offer. Oh, I was not aware you were calling the shots here. But go on. Humor me. The polar bear, Christopher, what's his affiliation to this place? If you tell us and let Theodore go, I'll work for you and personally give you all the data ARC has collected over the years that might interest Blackout. What? What is he talking about? I thought ARC didn't know much about Blackout to begin with. Is he bluffing? Christopher, huh? Never heard of a Christopher. But we saw him walking here. Enough. There ain't no Christopher here, and that's final. I start to flinch as he slams down his paws on the desk and reaches for the gun in his back pocket. Now what's it gonna be, you twos? The tiger takes his eyes off of us momentarily and glares at the door. What is it? I'm busy at the moment. The door slowly opens, revealing the same snow leopard we've been searching for all this time. Sorry, boss, but the shipment has a... Yes, what? It's him. It's that stupid snow leopard we've been trying to find. What the hell's going on here? What are those two cunts doing here? I'm so lost right now. What is going on? Do you know these twos? In passing, these two were the ones that tried to attack me at the power plant. Attack you? You were the one who tried to kill me. That tiger was also there when I almost died that night. I want to retort, but my mind's blank. They're working for the others. There's no doubt about it. On Saturday were the ones that tried to take me out that night. I shake my head at the absurdity of what I'm hearing. What? You got this all wrong. We didn't do anything. Did I say you can raise your voice at me? I stopped talking immediately as the pistol was pointed right at me. You twos know too much, as it already is. We can't let you twos go, now can we? You bastards keep showing up like cockroaches. This is a perfect opportunity to get rid of you two. I see. It all makes sense now. This must be one of Blackout's headquarters, am I correct? Following that logic, you must be the one in charge that we've been set up. The fuck are you talking about? Get that silly ass smirk off your face. Fuck, he's either stupid or brave talking like this. But I'm curious, so let's see what you've got to say here. If it don't make sense though, this lights out. What the hell is Javier doing? How can he be so calm at a time like this? We're gonna die. Initially, we were looking for Christopher because he was with Snow Leopard that night at the speakeasy. But now that he's here, what was he doing that night with Christopher? You think I'd tell you? Fuck off. I'm intrigued. Let's go along with their game. Sound like they're going to escape. Fox, he was going to meet up with a client, so what? Then that proves my suspicions. Was your client Madison? Therefore, you must be Helix. So what? This information is nothing new to us. It proves nothing. It was your group that intercepted this meeting, yes. More of a reason for us to take you out now. Javier suddenly shakes his head and laughs. You've been set up, Theodore. Remember who told us to investigate the speakeasy? My jaw drops as I connect the dots. It was Lawrence. Oh god, that fucking snake. He set us up. I never had a chance to verify the authenticity of the evidence he presented this week this entire week with the boss being out. So what? It doesn't matter who did it. Who did what? It matters what you two know. Capiche? Wait, I can get Madness for you. I don't know why you need him, but I can. Wait, Javier can? Is this another bluff? I thought Javier mentioned he couldn't get a hold of him anymore. I don't like where this is going. What? That's to remove any doubts of us being spies or working against you. If you can do us that, we'll let you go. We'll let you both go. Ha! But we play with my rules. Our men will accompany you to get Madness. Boss, if what the fox says is true, do you know how big this is for us? We'll see. Maybe we don't need to do Plan B after all. The tiger shrugs, casually locking eyes with me as I sigh in relief when he finally lowers his gun. In the meantime, you can be comfortable here. If Fox does anything funny, then you'll be collateral. Javier, are you sure about this? I don't think this is a good idea. You have to trust me. There's a sudden pit in my stomach when I realize I don't have any choice. Okay, please get Madness. I don't want to die. Man, take the fox out to the van. The lion suddenly come barging back in and forcibly escort Javier out of the room. Ah, don't touch me. Hey, wait, my stuff. I need my stuff back to contact Madness. Javier's voice slowly fades as he's forced out, leaving me alone to fend for myself. Felix, watch over the boy. I will be busy. Be gentle with him. He's a tiger like me. If they're innocent, it would hurt me to know I did wrong to my kind. Yes, boss. I can see Helix from the corner of my eyes, his face filled with rage. You. Where's the damn wolf? I start to speak, but my mind is drawing blanks, failing to process everything that's been happening. Tears start to fall as I break from the pressure and ultimately think back to that night. He's in the hospital. Hospital. He protected me from the shots. What? Liar. It's true. I thought he wasn't going to make it, but he's alive, although. Stop fucking lying, you piece of shit. Why would he sustain any injuries? You were the ones targeting me. I desperately shake my head, trying to hold myself together. We weren't. Please, you have to believe me. We didn't know what was going on. Stop crying. It's pathetic. Okay. Answer me this. First the power plant, then the bar. Why were the three of you following me? I don't know. It just happened that day. But Lawrence, he told us to go there. Lawrence, who the fuck is Lawrence? Listen, buddy, you better not fuck around with us. I almost died that night, and I've had it to see your silly face again. I kind of feels as something cold pressed against the back of my head. It's true. I'll tell you what happened. Just don't hurt me. Then talk. But Lawrence works at ARC too. He told Will and Javier to go to Speakeasy to investigate Blackout. I don't work at ARC. I just been tagging along because of the cryptic text messages I got that wanted me to go to the power plant. When we got to the Speakeasy, Lawrence was acting suspicious, like he was off doing his own thing. That's when Madness came up to us and asked for Javier's help with an important meeting. Why? I don't know, but Madness said he was ready for a long time. They both left together, and not long then Will and I saw you requested for us to enter. I sighed with relief as I felt pressure on my head disappear. The room was silent. The only sound is a frantic pounding of my heart. If what you're saying is true, then let me ask you one last thing. Why should we trust you? Javier, he's gotta get Madness. He's putting me on the line. Is that enough? I can feel the binds behind my arms unfastened. Huh? Don't move or I'll bleed you dry. There's too many inconsistencies in my theories. Yours make more sense if I'm given to believe you. So let me go? You'll come with me if you want to live. I'll give you one chance. Follow me. And so Lawrence tricked both both Theodore and Javier and Ro. He apparently I think he caught somebody, but it wasn't until the next day that he told them about it, about the victim. I think maybe Oscar is up to his usual tricks, just like in the other ending where he betrayed them. So it looks like it's gonna be a consistent thing where Lawrence is the bad guy. So we found out who the Tiger is. So apparently he's a leader of Blackout. Or maybe not the leader, but one of the leaders of Blackout, I guess. I don't know. So apparently they want Madness for some reason. But again, Madness is a witch person and he has connections, so maybe Blackout wants him for something about business or some big opportunity. Anyway. So it seemed like what Theodore said at the end was enough for Helix, the snow leopard. Well, he got a name now. But anyway, it seemed like what Theodore told Helix just now was enough for Helix to sort of trust him, because he believed that what Theodore said was making more sense. And that they were not trying to kill him, but they got tripped by Lawrence. Okay, so we're going to continue next time. This is a much longer update than the last one. So we got to learn about the Tiger and what he does now, because before, like in the previous updates in the hospital, we had no idea who that tiger was, that witch-looking tiger. We had no idea who he was and what he did and whether he would be important to the story or not. But we now know who he is, and he's important because he's the leader of Blackout, or one of the leaders. And we got to know the snow leopard's name. His name's Helix. Alright, so we're going to continue next time. Thank you all very much for watching. Goodbye. In order to find the snow leopard, we need to look for Christopher in the Grand Moraine. Okay, so I just want to check the document real quick. Okay, so goodbye for real now. Goodbye.